So, welcome everybody to Morning Coins. You heard our super producer, Joe from Livingston County, going through our Facebook backgrounds and making sure that we have everything. And now he has the sound going in the background. You're not going to be invited back, Joe.
Sorry about that, guys. Well,
talking over our intro music and making comments about what's showing up in Facebook. We're going to have to get on you.
Well, it's the age. Sorry.
Well, welcome to Morning Coins, everybody. This is episode 4. Chaz and I are so glad that you are with us. We also have Joe with us in the background. Going to be just hanging out and talking and communicating with you guys if you want to write in the comments and things like that where he posted his stuff onto Facebook. And this is our live taping. We are on the DLive platform, which is part of the STEEM blockchain. So you guys can check us out here. If you're seeing us on YouTube or on Facebook or anything like that, we broadcast live on Mondays, generally around 10:30 in the morning. Is that right, Charles?
Yeah, that is correct, generally.
And then, Joe, you'll want to mute your microphone because we're getting some feedback from you on your end. So just make sure that you stay muted because I can hear myself through the earphone. Thank you. So, I lost Chaz. Are you back?
Yeah, I froze up there, so that may happen a couple times. I haven't got my cable set up yet.
You got a green screen. I'm looking forward to messing around with that and seeing how far we get with bringing stuff up.
Okay. How are you doing today?
Good, good. How are you?
Good. Had a good Easter. Everything was wonderful. Great food.
Oh, man. Absolutely.
I would wonder what we're going to do, what the next show is going to be. And I go, oh, my God, I don't have any ideas. But you know what? Something always pops up.
That's the cool thing about doing a crypto show is like every week you can do something and every episode will be different from here on out for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, I'm already working on the next episode. So.
Oh man, okay. Well, let's get into this one. So let's just check out kind of our links for today. I'll get it into presentation mode, you guys. Sorry that wasn't already done. But so we're gonna go. Why don't you go through these, Chaz? Tell them what we're gonna talk a little bit about today.
You had mentioned to me about a coin that you were interested in watching, Stratis coin, and so I said, why not do Stratis coin? I mean, I looked at it, looked like an opportunity. So we're going to cover Stratis coin today. Another thing we're going to talk about is, gee, how do you keep track of all your trades? I mean, this is not an easy thing to do. I mean, you have, your online wallets, but how do you track your performance? And you know what? I found there's a number of spreadsheets out there that will do an excellent job with that.
Cool. That's cool.
We're going to also look at, the crypto market's just been down. It's down there. People are hanging on and wondering what's going to happen next. And we're going to take a look at what's going on with the U.S. Dow Jones Industrial Average and try to make a comparison there.
I saw that slide. I think people will like that slide, hopefully.
Yes. And then we're going to talk about, you had called me out on the GDAX fees the last time. So I have a slide for that as well, so we can talk about that.
All right, perfect. Thanks, man.
Right.
So before we get started, though, we want to show you guys a slide for the historic Howell Theater at 315 East Grand River in Howell, Michigan. And this is where your ad would show up if you choose to be a featured sponsor for Morning Coins with John and Chaz.
That's correct. Yeah, we can. This is a sample and a real company. This is not made up. That we can do, and we can do the same thing for you and give you a spot on our show.
And I'd like to know from Joe, if he wants to unmute, when's Howell Theater going to show a couple Tot Films productions?
Actually,
now there is some swearing in there.
Oh, that's okay. We are going to rent the theater for a whole day and have a film festival and bring in all the different programs that G1WC is doing. And that's set for either May or June. We haven't decided yet.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, we got a couple.
Are we going to be on this?
Oh, we'll be live hosting the event.
Right.
Okay.
You'll be on the big screen. Yep.
Bring your Bitcoins and we'll get you in.
All right, I got them.
Not you, the audience.
Oh,
All right, cool. So, oh, where's our disclaimer? I didn't have it. All right, go ahead and read your letter.
okay. So while you're getting that up, I sent you an email back on February, mid-February, and this just reinforces what's going on right now. It says the next 18 months are going to be a shakeout in the blockchain world. More fraudulent companies will be exposed, more regulation, and more competing technologies battling for the top spot. It's going to be a bumpy road, but in the end, the wary and the wise will profit.
I like that. I like that. That's why I've kind of like honed in on the companies that I want to work with for right now, and I really think the STEEM blockchain and with what they're doing with smart media tokens and trying to curate people to get better appreciation and performance and for their content, and to give them ownership over their content and make sure that they can do that in the 21st century. And then all the other ones, the Ethereum and Bitcoin and all those, I think it's really like as you see fit, and whether or not you like the technology and things like that. Like I like Ethereum obviously because you can build off of it,
And many people are using it.
yeah. And obviously Bitcoin, they're the front runner because they were first out of the gate, so they'll always have that momentum.
Yeah, they do. They're the
namesake.
big boys, the big players, the name everyone recognizes.
So we don't have our disclaimer one in here then.
It's not, but I can find it real quick for you if you want.
Yeah, or just read it.
Okay, well, let me do that.
Or just
find it real quick.
Or pitch it to people that we're not giving financial advice.
Okay, so cryptocurrencies, futures, stocks, and options tracking. Oh, and that's not it. Hang on. That is the disclaimer. Okay. Involves substantial risk of loss and are not suitable for every investor. The valuation of cryptocurrencies, futures, stocks, and options may fluctuate, and as a result, clients may lose more than their original investment. So we are not making recommendations here. We're just putting information out there for people to look at cryptocurrencies. You have to do your own research. It's very important that you do your own research, because if you don't, then you're going to be in a hole very quick.
Gotcha. Yep. And thanks for fixing your camera.
You didn't like looking at my ceiling, is it?
It was all right. All right. So back to our slides, you guys. We have Charles's explanation about the bumpy road. It is kind of like a roller coaster these days. And we have a little slide here, Betty Davis on the crypto market.
Yeah, there's a video embedded in there. I don't know if you can play that. But
I think it'll.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Hopefully that came through all right. So now we're looking right at the slide for the what happened slide. And it has the market watch slide from the Dow Jones from 1896 until 2016.
Yes. Look at there's some significant drops in there, of course. And, in a large slide like this where it covers so much territory, they don't look like they're significant. But if we zoomed in on these things, we would see that, there are significant drops.
Oh, yeah.
And the recovery periods are interesting. The recovery periods are sometimes long-term. Recovery times, and the last drop was 6 years.
6 years. Interesting.
So I'm not seeing that happening on the blockchain. But what I am, because in this particular, when we're looking at the Dow Jones, there's a lot more regulation and a lot more technical controls on this market. So those controls do not exist at this time. And I'm thinking that, we're going to see recovery here soon. It seems to be flattening out at the bottom. And I've seen some some upticks here and there, but I think in the long haul it'll come back much faster than the market, the Dow Jones Industrials.
Gotcha. Okay. It's up. Is it up today from the weekend? It's up a little bit, 5.6%. It's crazy though when Bitcoin takes a beating, everything else gets throttled too.
John, did you lose me there? Am I still there?
You're frozen.
Okay, so I'm trying to find my Zoom button here.
Okay.
Well, I can still talk when I'm frozen. I'll work on it.
Okay, that's fine. We have our favorite slide up, the FUD slide.
The FUD slide. This is the thing that people are going through right now. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. I like to put a different one at the end the D. I like to put depression, because when you lose money or your money goes down, you can get very depressed.
Well, I think that should be FUD equals D.
Yeah.
FUD equals D.
Yeah, equals depression. It's a formula. So that's what people are going through. A lot of people are going through this right now, and it's understandable. But my thing, I would say, is hang out, and hopefully you didn't go into debt to buy any currencies.
Exactly. Good call. All right, and let's go and get into, is your camera, are you back synced yet, or oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah. You can't see me?
I didn't say that. I said I'm not sure. Oh, there you are. You're back.
Okay.
So now we're at the Stratis slide.
Okay, so Stratis. This is a coin that you alerted me to, and so I thought I'd take a look at it. And Stratis offers a simple and affordable end-to-end solution for development, testing, and deployment of native C# blockchain applications on the .NET framework. What this means is they're actually creating operating systems on the blockchain for other companies.
Okay.
So,
who's getting a call in the middle of the show?
Could be me. I don't know.
So unprofessional.
Hang on a second.
I'm just kidding.
I lost the screen again somehow.
Oh, we still see you. So they're on the .NET framework.
Yes, and they use the .NET framework. They're a development platform that allows businesses and organizations to develop blockchain applications. So I mean, they're helping other people get on the blockchain. They're giving them an avenue to get on the blockchain and develop their projects.
I gotcha. And it looks like they can also. It looks like they're going to offer it says they're offering a provision to allow nodes for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BitShares.
Yes. So they're probably a very broad product there that they can use. They can get people on there, test out their projects, help them get their projects working, help them develop their projects. So
okay.
I think this is interesting. This is an interesting concept here.
Gotcha. And then the last piece, it says secure, attested, and immutable identity registration, verification, and sharing with Stratis Blockchain Solutions.
Yeah, when you go online, a lot of times you have to register your identity. People have to know who you are.
Yeah, like a know your customer.
Right, know your customer. So they're creating a system that can, or have created a system that can do that, and people can know it's you and not someone else.
Okay, gotcha. So let's check out a little bit more on Stratis. Tell us a little bit about the GitHub piece.
I thought this was interesting because I did listen to the CEO of Stratis. He had a video online, which I thought was very enlightening, very well-spoken gentleman. I just tried to track down some of these people. And what he said, something that really caught my attention. He says, if you check GitHub, you will see that our developers, we have more developers on GitHub than a lot of other projects. So that's where their developers work out. You know, it's a repository for code. So you can see that his people are actually on there doing things. And I thought that was interesting. You know, it's another way to research the project. Let's see who their developers are and if they're actually doing anything.
Well, that's right. And you can do that for basically any blockchain technology or company that's offering tokens or coins. out there in the world. You can check out GitHub, you can check Reddit, you can check all the different sources and places to figure out what's going on. Like you said, that's a great check. It's another great check or tool for people that are just getting into this industry and kind of trying to understand it. That GitHub is a website where people post on their specific projects, software updates, software development, ideas, and driving towards consensus and things like that. And all of these companies post their platform like technology and their codes up there for their products, and so that you can see them in development. So if you ever want a tool
it's
to
part of
check,
the transparency thing.
yep.
So I thought that was very interesting comment, and I will be doing more of that, plus reading white papers and other things of that nature.
That's what I mean. There's so much stuff to do, right, for individuals. That's why I like doing shows like this, and I hope that this encourages others. You can either come on the show with us and talk about your coin, or come on the show and talk about, like, what are some of your thoughts on the blockchain communities out there, and what are some things that people need to know, whether it's get started, or if you're a everyday trader, or if you're a person who just is a miner and is in it for different things. Then we welcome the community to come in and share your stuff with us. So tell us a little bit more about the CEO. We see Chris True up here right now.
It's part of doing your homework and research. I mean, you have to know the development team, or maybe not know them, but you have to be aware of what they are, where they came from. Chris True did that video on YouTube. He was at a convention of some sort, or a trade show with cryptocurrency. And so first thing I did was I looked to see if he was on LinkedIn, which he was.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a search on the internet to see how many places he popped up at, and one of those was a video that I watched, and he was very astute. He really didn't hesitate in answering the questions of the interviewer at that point, because he had an interviewer. It wasn't just a commercial; it was someone interviewing him, and I felt that this is part of the thing you need to do. You need to find out who's behind all this, because there are so many scams out there where the people who actually founded their project are unknowns. You can't find them anywhere.
That's right. Right.
That's a sure clue there's something wrong.
Absolutely. Just trying to get the slides over. Give me just a second. My document's giving me a little bit of a hassle. So cool. Well, that's Stratis, you guys. I hope you liked our rundown of them. Next up is talking a little bit about some candlestick patterns. And so are we just going to highlight some of these and just show them? And then I think this is a good time to let them know also that, we got lost Charles for a minute. Just let them know that, yes, you are. Let them know the patterns, and also let them know that the slides are going to be in the description. They're in description on DLive right now. If you're watching on YouTube, the slides are below, so make sure you can check out the slides for today. Thanks to Chaz for putting those together. And you can also see our information for Coinbase if you're new to crypto and want an easy way in the United States to get access to digital tokens and digital currency. Try out Coinbase by using either my link or Charles's link. And if you do invest $100, you get an extra $10, and so does one of us.
Yes.
But yeah, so let's go through these candlestick patterns.
Last time we covered, what the candlesticks were and why they looked the way they did and their construction. Well, there are technical analysis that you can use on these to sort of get an idea of what's going to happen with that particular investment next. And these are by no means all the candlestick patterns, but these are some of the major ones. And they do give you an idea if they're a bullish, meaning they'll go up, or a bearish, if they're going to go down, type of candlestick pattern. Most of them are 2 to 3 candlesticks. And this gives you just a broad example of what you can use them for. More valuable, I think, to to traders, then to people who are long-term holders.
Mm-hmm.
You know, traders will use this to get an idea what's going to happen in the next few candles.
Is there one? Is there one on this list that you usually like is kind of your go-to pattern, or one that's been consistent or reliable for you to make decisions?
Well, you know, John, because I use a different candlestick charting system, these do not really apply to what I'm doing.
Okay.
I use that Heikin-Ashi candlestick pattern, which is it's an averaging system that can point out trends in the stock chart. So, because of the way the candlestick patterns work, it sort of circumvents using them because you need the actual individual candle to show its ending point, whereas the ones that I use, the Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, don't do that. They'll average the first candle with the second one, and if it's up, they'll give you 2 green candles, even though one of them may be in a normal chart down.
Gotcha.
So, but the next chart I have set up, I actually changed my charting system to reflect the normal candlestick patterns.
Okay, and we have the Stratis slide.
Yes, the Stratis slide. And what you'll notice is this is TradeView is the charting system I'm using. I'm really falling in love with this thing, but there are a lot of free indicators that are very very astute indicators. And if you look closely at this chart, you will see that there's a bullish engulfing. And they're in green, so the upward candlesticks are in green, and then the downwards are in red. And then there's a couple others, you know, the star is a doji, which is just, you know, it almost opened and closed at the same place.
Okay, gotcha.
The ones with the diamonds on them are hammers. So those are inverted hammers. That's what HI is for, inverted hammer.
Okay.
And they look like hammers. They're, you know, they're held upside down.
Yep.
But in this case, you can see that this will chart those candlestick patterns for you. So you don't have to actually visualize them yourself. It'll point them out to you, which I thought was very good.
Wow, that's really neat.
Yeah, and it makes it easier because now all of a sudden you're not, you know, holding up a slide rule or, you know, trying to figure out what's going on the screen.
Look at all that red since January, man.
Yep, downward motions. There's also, of course, on here one of the indicators we covered in the last, I think it was our first show, maybe. The stop and reverse, the yellow step line there.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually performed very well. I mean, it indicated downward trends and upward trends very well. And if you actually stuck to that indicator and bought and sold by the reversals, you probably have been all right.
Gotcha. And I bet a lot of people have.
Yes. So this is a long-term chart. We're looking at a 1-year chart and a week at a time.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's important that you look at long-term, medium-term, and short-term charts. So you can, you know, you have to zoom out so you can get the big picture.
Okay, I see. So it looks like over, you know, that first long green candlestick, that had to have been over like right before June. I wonder what happened there. I always wonder like kind of what happened, what was going on there. And then you can just see that build up from November till January where it's huge. Like everybody was like, oh, it's like one of those FOMO scenarios. Like something happened and everyone's like, I have to get some of this now.
Yes. There was some event that happened there. I think that the first long candle and then the red ones following down where, you know, people made profits. They started taking profits. Other people said, oh my God, I'm losing my profits. And so they sold out.
Right.
And then from that point between those two, that next area is sort of flat. It doesn't move very much.
Yep.
And then there was an event or something that happened during that upturn and all those green candles
came crumbling down.
Yes. And so if you look at the stop and reverse line there, it's still in a downtrend according to that.
Yep. All right. So let's do our 1 month for Stratis. It looks like there's a couple other ones. And then on that, tell us again what a doji is.
A doji is a candlestick that basically opened and closed at the same place.
Okay.
If we remember from last time, the green candlestick means that it opened at the bottom of the box and closed at the top.
Now, it looks like sometimes you can get a red doji or a green doji. That just means if it opens up red and closes red, it's a red doji. Same for green.
Yeah, you might be looking at an uptick or a downtick in that area.
Okay.
All right, so, I mean, when I say it opens and closes at the same place, it does pretty close to the same place. That's why it's shaped like it is.
Yeah.
So, and you can see here a little bit closer the indicators now you can see the green arrows that are attached to them. And you can see the downward patterns and the upward patterns. But they can change quickly, as you can see. You know, they can, the next candle can be something different.
Yep. All right. How about our review of GOLEM?
Okay. I think this is a longer term chart that we're looking at, and I wanted to try to put things in perspective. The green arrow is where our show was when we presented this.
Yep.
But we see also that the inward flow of the volume on the unbalanced volume at the bottom, that yellow line,
stayed high.
It stayed high. So I'm thinking that people are still jumping into this, and I think it's a great idea, and I think it's going to catch on.
And as you guys may or may not remember, we did GOLEM on episode 3. And they're doing the kind of the decentralized supercomputer. Is that what you would call it?
Yes,
Idea.
So, using computing power from any computer anywhere, basically, your laptop. And if you sign up for the GOLEM platform to be a supplier of computing power, you get paid for it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so you need Windows 10 to do that. So
right.
As I sadly found out. So.
Just get Windows 10.
Yeah, well, I'm going to.
Get in Steam, make a couple good posts.
Steam doesn't like me for some reason. I've tried to sign up many times and it won't let me on. So what I've done is I've actually got on their Facebook page and asked them how we can take care of it.
Gotcha, nice. All right, and next slide up, we have coin asset trackers. So we're looking at a crypto sheet, the cryptocurrency portfolio spreadsheet.
Yeah, that's the one that I was really interested in. Now that one has a price on its head. It's $10, but it looked like a real interesting sheet. What I suggest is people go to YouTube and type in crypto sheet. And what I found was I had the one I was looking for, which is the main screen there, but on the side, there's a whole bunch more. And so you really got a smorgasbord here of people that are offering ways to track your crypto investments and track their performance as well. And so I thought that was a great idea. There's a lot of free ones out there. I get sick of trying to create spreadsheets,
right,
and having them crash. And you know, I make them. I can do it, but I'd rather have someone else do it.
That's kind of like how I feel for the slides for the show.
Yes, you'd rather have me do it.
You do fantastic. Now, what we need to do is go and get some slide sponsors.
Yes,
so you guys that are out there on YouTube and Facebook, those platforms are not letting you guys put ads up for your stuff. We will.
Right. Yes. We're like the blockchain. We're open.
Yeah. So hit us up in the replies or message us where you can find us on G1NBC. I also represent S&G Endeavors, helping organizations take action. So you can meet me there. Charles is the station director for Genesee County, Michigan, and I'm the station director for Cuyahoga County, Ohio. And so you guys can find us on G1NBC.com. You can message us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, all that kind of stuff, and we'll have information to contact us in the descriptions for the videos. And Charles, I think you froze. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I think part of my problem is I'm still trying to run down the analysis of what the problem is. I think it might be a lighting problem, believe it or not.
Oh, that causes that pause?
Yeah, the camera freezes in low light conditions, and I don't know why. It's something peculiar with my PC that I'm working on.
It doesn't. It seems to fix real easily, though. It just seems like you kind of toggle it, and it comes back on, and you're all set. Yeah.
I just turn it off and back on again, and it comes back on. I'll figure this thing out. And
Oh, you turn your camera off and back on in Zoom.
Yes.
Gotcha. That's perfect.
So
okay.
I don't know if it's a Zoom problem or if it's my PC.
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
Who knows? I'm still fascinated that we can be miles away broadcasting live to the globe using 2 laptops or a laptop and a computer, you know?
I every time I get off this show, I just look out the window and go, wow. What did we just do?
It's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
So, all right, last but not least, we have the
You called me out
retribution
on the
slide.
index fees, and you were partially right. It was a little more complicated than I actually said. But if you look at it, it's based on your total volume of trading.
Okay, so say more about what that means, just a little bit.
Well, if you are buying and selling a lot of coins and you're building up a dollar volume, it could be Bitcoin or something else. You get to a certain level and you get a discount. So in this particular slide, you can see that the lowest level is 0.3%.
Okay.
Now, I did a check on my own trading platform for my stocks and what the fees were on that particular platform, and these are actually a little bit high.
Okay.
It depends on how much you're doing, but I think these fees should be lower.
Okay.
And I'm hoping in the future that we'll see that happen for us. But I think I'm paying $5 per trade on my current platform.
For your stock trades.
Yeah, for any amount. So
for any amount, okay.
I compared it on a percentage basis, and this is sort of high. So I'm hoping that, with time that there'll be more competition and fees will come down.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for going through that. I appreciate it. I think that all the stuff that we talked about today is helpful. Learning about the Stratis platform, going over the GDEX fees. We know that the fear, uncertainty, and doubt is currently driving the market. But like you said, things are looking up, and there's always something new in the crypto space.
That's right. This is a growing area, and it's not going away.
Yeah. Any final thoughts from you?
I just wanted to think that next time I woke up in the morning, thought I had a great idea the other day. I thought we would. I said I should create a cryptocurrency index, and my next thought was somebody's already done that.
Yeah.
I was right. So we're going to look at a cryptocurrency index coming up, and I thought we might cover some wallets as well.
Cool. So we're going to do some cryptocurrency indexes next week and go over some wallets, and we'll let you know which coin we pick. If you want it to be yours, find us on the internet.
Yes.
And so this is Morning Coins with John and Chaz. Chaz, thanks again for putting all this stuff together. Fantastic. Frees me up to just kind of run the production board and get stuff set up for the show. So thank you for that. Any last words from you? Let's plan the next broadcast just so people that do hear can hear it. Are you good with next Monday, the 14th?
Yes.
Okay. And I know we have a wedding. I have a wedding that weekend, but I should be back. So do you want to do same time, like 10:30?
Yeah, 10:30 works great for me.
All right, guys, 10:30 Eastern next Monday, Morning Coins with John and Chaz for the Global Network Broadcasting Company and S&G Endeavors. I'm John Spalding.
I'm Charles Rollo.
And I'm Joe Malik.
Woo! Joe, thanks for being here. What'd you think of being in live as an audience listener?
It was good. I learned a lot today. So thank you for the information.
What do you have any questions for us, or do you have any comments on what you heard? And if not, that's
No.
okay. I don't want to put you on the spot, but
No, I think that you guys are right. The sponsors should sponsor you because you have a lot of good information you're passing out there. It's also nice having support too.
Cool. Well, we appreciate you being on, and like that goes for all of you. Next week we'll be putting up the call-in number and things like that, and getting that out ahead of time. So if you guys want to be on the back end listening to us tape live, and then if you want to do any type of call-in, we will definitely accommodate that. So thanks for joining us on the DLive platform and watching us on YouTube for our rebroadcast. This is Morning Coins with John and Chaz, and we will see you
In the morning,
in the morning
next time,
in a week.
in a week.
Bye, everyone.